Letting go. Two words that sound deceptively simple, don't they? You'd think it's like setting something down, like dropping a heavy suitcase after a long trip, exhaling deeply and walking away lighter and freer. And yet, if you've ever tried to let go of something real, you know the truth, don't you? Letting go is hard, and it's much harder than we're being told. We're surrounded by advice that just says, just let it go, as if pain was just a balloon that you simply release into the sky. But real emotional baggage, it doesn't just float away, does it? It clings. It weaves itself into our very fabric of who we think we are, how we love, how we react sometimes. It disguises itself so well, we don't even know we're carrying it. So today, I want to explore why letting go isn't just difficult, it's deeply complex. And why, despite the pain, learning how to let go is one of the most essential steps on the path of healing and personal freedom. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's start by acknowledging a core truth. A core truth we hold on because it feels safer than letting go. Strange as that may sound, many of the things we carry, grief, resentment, regret, even bitterness, they all serve a purpose. They anchor us to something. They become emotional placeholders for stories we haven't fully processed. Take anger, for example. Anger often feels powerful, righteous. It gives us a sense of control in situations where we once felt helpless. But the power is a double-edged sword. It may protect us from feeling the deeper wound, like betrayal, rejection or abandonment, but it also isolates us from healing. Or think about sadness, the kind that sticks to you, the kind that whispers, if you let go of this, it means it didn't matter to you. It means you've moved on. It means you didn't care. You've moved on without honouring it. So we clutch it like a keepsake, afraid of releasing what would be a kind of emotional betrayal. But here's the paradox, right? We can't let go of what we haven't fully felt. Let me say that again, because this is where most people get stuck. You cannot let go of what you have not fully allowed yourself to feel. You can't shortcut your way to healing. Suppression is not a release. Distraction is not a liberation. And toxic positivity, telling yourself it's fine when it fucking isn't, will only push your emotions deeper and deeper underground. So the first real step to letting go, feel it all. No filters, no edits, no judgments. You have to be brave enough to sit with your pain, to name it, to hear its message. Because pain, after all, is never the enemy. Pain is a messenger. It's like the soul's way of pointing to something unresolved. So ask yourself this, right? What am I afraid would happen if I truly let this go? What part of me feels defined by this pain? Who would I be without this story that's holding me back? Because here's something most people don't realise, right? Sometimes we're more attached to the identity that pain gave us. So let's just say you were rejected by someone you sort of loved, or a dream you pursued, and over time that rejection may turn into a belief that you're not good enough. And even though that belief hurts, you start to wear it, don't you? Like an armour. It gives you a reason to stay small, to avoid future risk. It becomes comfortable, familiar and known, doesn't it? And letting go would literally mean rewriting the narrative you've lived inside for years. Letting go, then, it isn't just about healing pain. It's about outgrowing the version of you that was shaped by it. That's why it's terrifying, and that's why we resist it. Even our subconscious has its own logic. The mind will say, if I forgive this person, does it mean what they did to me is okay? Or, if I let go of my anger, who will protect me? Or even, if I stop grieving, will I forget them? But letting go, it's not erasure, it's evolution. You're not deleting the memory, you're changing your relationship to it. You're not abandoning your past, you're choosing not to live in it. You're not forgetting what hurt you, you're freeing yourself from being defined by it. And that leads us to an important distinction. Letting go isn't a one-time decision, it's a daily practice. You've got to keep working on it. Think of letting go like untying a knot. You don't just yank it and expect it all to come loose, do you? You soften it, you work with it. Sometimes it tightens before it loosens and pisses you off. Some knots have been there for years, like your emotional habits, conditioned responses, ingrained stories. You don't undo them overnight. And every day you'll be tempted to re-cling onto it, to pick up that story, to mentally rehearse the argument, to fantasise about the apology you never got, to reopen the wound. And you know what? That's normal. But with awareness, you begin to recognise that pattern, that loop. You catch yourself sooner. You interrupt the mental loop and you ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Slowly, your grip softens. Letting go is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it gets. And here's something else to consider. You don't have to let go of everything all at once. No. That'd be just too much. Some people carry decades of trauma and even then beat themselves up for not being able to move on in a week. Come on. Healing doesn't work on a timer. It works on layers. You peel one back, you sit with what you find, you process it, and then peel back the next. Start with the smallest hurt you're ready to release. Maybe it's just a lingering resentment, a need to always be right, a memory that no longer serves you. And just ask yourself, am I willing to let this go, even if it's just for today? Because even temporary release is powerful. Even a few minutes of emotional spaciousness can create momentum over time. Sometimes you'll feel a shift straight away, a moment of peace, and other times it'll feel like nothing has happened at all. But that's okay. The work is happening whether you feel it or not. The nervous system is learning, the brain is rewiring, and your identity is slowly expanding to make room for who you're becoming. Now, let's just pause for a moment. I want to just offer a little small practice that you can return to. Something that you can do when the weight of holding on feels, just especially heavy. It's a little mini letting go practice. So just sit still, breathe deeply, let your body settle. And I just want you to bring to mind what you're holding on to. Could be an emotion, a person, a regret. Just feel the weight of it without running. And now imagine it as an object in your hands. A stone, a brick, a rope, a burning coal, whatever symbol comes naturally in your mind. And ask yourself gently, what am I getting from holding on to this? There's always something. Safety, control, significance. Acknowledge it without judgment. And now ask, what might be possible if I just let go and sat this down? I just want you to feel into that freedom. Even if it's an unfamiliar freedom. And finally, in your mind, let it go. Watch it fall, drift, and dissolve. Then, breathe again. Sit in the space you've just created. Even if it returns tomorrow, you have created a fucking crack in the armour. And light always finds the cracks. So, I want to end with this anyway. Letting go is not passive. It's not about giving up or pretending that you don't care. It's one of the most courageous, conscious acts you can make. It's like saying, I choose myself over my suffering. I choose peace over punishment. I choose freedom over familiar pain. And no, it's not easy, but the hardest things often lead to the most profound transformations in life. Because what you let go of doesn't disappear, it creates space. Space for healing, space for growth, space for the real you to emerge. So be gentle with yourself, be patient and keep practicing. You know what? You're not broken. You are just learning how to release what was never yours to carry forever in the first place. Anyway, that's all for today, folks, but give it a practice. Practice the art of letting go and you will become more free and feel lighter and more high vibe. Anyway, until next time, take care.